I like the word cautious as opposed to nervous. I think we all are dealing with matters nervous. From a government perspective, we are embarking on something brand new. Dismantling isn't something that is known throughout the world. Usually dismantling goes much more forcefully than what we've been doing. On the other hand, we have as government, as you would know, early this year on St. Martin, provided a whole week of information sessions to civil servants. We've done the same thing several times on Curacao. We have involved the unions in every single bit of decision making that regards the dismantling process. So while we are cognizant of the fact that people could be nervous and worried, we're dealing with it cautiously. We are providing information. So as Mr. Reid said, as we go, the fares should be laid down the line, and we're showing that we're getting there, and everything what is doing is being done as transparent as possible, so the civil servant can be totally aware of what's happening, what's going on. They have their chance to, through the unions, input, negotiate, as well as protest, go to court down the line if that's possible. So we're quite confident that the civil servants are aware of the fact that their legal position and their transfer is being dealt with in a serious fashion.
What are the mechanics of the social charter?
I'll let Mr. Reid explain what the social charter entails from a union perspective.
From a union perspective, you have to put into writing guarantees in place that serve as a guideline to protect the workers where agreements are embedded. And these guarantees are there because if you do not have something like that, it is always easy to give one's word and then change it. But once you have these agreements embedded in what we call the social charter, that is the guideline in which we move along, and gradually we also execute what is being promised to the workers. So that is the safeguard of the agreement between the unions and the government.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting a copy of the draft social charter, and what I'll do is I'll go down the table of contents. You'd remember that December 8, 2007, in Maho, a document was signed in which there was a point of departure as to how the civil servant will be treated throughout the Netherlands Antilles. That document has formed the basis, and the conditions laid down therein have been incorporated in the social charter to provide for, as Mr. Reid said, the guarantee of the transfer. I'll get a document in a couple of seconds, and I'll read the different issues, the different conditions that, not a complete charter, that will take a while. I'll give you the heads of the points of departure and what the conditions that are to be met.
If I just could ask one question, is there a financial consequence, or what is the financial component or responsibility as far as St. Martin could be just focusing on having territory as far as this charter is concerned?
I would expect there to be financial consequences. I have no idea what the extent of that will be. I don't think that's possible at this point in time either, because you need to, once you get the conditions, then you go and start to calculate what the effects are going to be. But there must be financial consequences, because we are guaranteeing, for instance, that civil servants that come over, and also the civil servants will not lose any of their rights that they currently have. So country St. Martin has to budget to make sure continue those costs. Plus, you have to give the new employees perspectives for promotions, growth, career, and all of that. Also, there's a chapter on educating the civil servants in their new jobs as to fulfill their duties or the expanded duties. So all of that must have financial consequences.
Any ideas here as to what's the